So, a couple of weeks ago we came on and got the Toyota Celica, the ST205 Celica, and then last week we came on and got ourselves the Ford Racing Puma. So, this week there is another Celica, which I'm not testing out in this video. I will be testing that out later today, so watch out for the video on that soon. That's the 50% completion prize for this week. But there's also a Mitsubishi Starion for this seasonal championship for the Mud is Thicker Than Water challenge. So, I have gone in and won that already, so it's ready to test out. So let's head over to change car, still in the Maserati we were using for a jump, and find the Mitsubishi Starion, which is here. So it's the 1988 model, so it's quite a late one. They were produced 82 to 89, actually. And what I hadn't realised before is these were actually sold in the US market as a Chrysler, Dodge and Plymouth under the name Conquest rather than Starion, which, yeah, I didn't realise. It's kind of a weird collaboration, but I guess they just, yeah, bought them, rebadged them and sold them over there. So yeah, interesting. It's renamed from Starion to Conquest. Apparently, according to Mitsubishi, Starion is a combination of Star of Arion shortened, which was apparently Hercules' horse. So that's what it's named after, if you're wondering. And apparently it symbolises a sense of the universe and of power and high performance, according to Mitsubishi. Whatever that means. Apparently that was on the front page of the brochure. Because of course it was. But anyway, yeah, obviously added as part of the rally update, although it never really had much success in rallying. Won a couple of Group A events, I think. But it seemed to be more successful in tarmac racing. So it doesn't quite fit the rally update, but yeah, it's clearly developed as a rally car, and they were trying to develop a variant for Group B, an all-wheel drive Group B variant, because I believe it is rear-wheel drive currently, yes. So they were developing an all-wheel drive version for Group B, but before it could get homologated and enter the series, Group B was cancelled, so another one of those cars that didn't quite make it for the championship was cancelled. But anyway, as you might imagine, in stock configuration it's not the fastest thing in the world, so I think we should drive up to this conveniently placed Edinburgh Castle in front of us and see if we can do any upgrades and customization to it, see what is available. Probably won't do too much for this one. We've done full rally builds on the previous two cars, the Celica ST205 and the Racing Puma, so we probably won't do that with this. We'll just head up here, do a few light modifications and see what it's like. It is actually faster than I imagined. It is in... oh, it's in C-Class. I was imagining it was B. But yeah. Might be a good rally car. Maybe you could try and make that Group B car. You know, if you did an all-wheel drive conversion, added a bit of power, maybe built it to the top of S1 or something. I think that's roughly where the Quattros and 037s and things sit in this game. So if you wanted it to be built into the Group B car that never existed, I guess you could do that. Right. Anyway, let's find what we can do with this. Okay, so that's just Forza error. That's a bit disappointing, but we're kind of used to that. In terms of engine swaps, we can get an inline-4 turbo, a V8, a turbo rally engine, or another V8, the racing V8. And we have got an all-wheel drive conversion, so if you want to build an all-wheel drive Group B monster, you can. What else can we do? Let's put some nice racing tyres on it, let's widen them and lower it and stuff, but yeah, we probably won't go full race build. I'll just do a nice street build car, which we haven't done for a while. Like I say, the last two we did full rally builds on, so let's just try and make a nice car that's actually nice to drive. So do all the... basically everything except more power is usually what I do if I want a car that drives nicely. And we are going to have to do something about that colour, because it's incredibly boring. I don't like doing roll cage and weight reduction particularly. So, there we are, up to 685, which is kind of... I imagined it would be somewhere in B class, before we saw it as actually mid-C class. But yeah, let's see. Let's see what designs the wonderful community has come up with, because that's always fun. What have we got? Okay, we've got the Rally Art one. We've got the Top Gear one. Oh, I remember that. What else have we got? Okay, we've got quite a lot of this. I'm guessing this is one of the rally cars that did win the number 3 and possibly the number 5. There was a couple of victories in rallying, apparently. That's quite nice. I like that. That's just... and it's cool, but it's a bit of a mess. What else have we got? So this is obviously the one that was most successful. I feel like that's quite nice. If we're not going rally car or race car for this. I feel like it's nice to take a break from that, because when we get the Celica, we'll want to turn that into another Castrol liveried rally car, won't we? And then next week I think there's something else coming that I'll be testing out, and probably converting into a rally car as well, so let's have a look. What does this look like? Is it kind of two-tone? Actually, you might be able to do that in the paint shop. With the... I imagine you might be able to do that with the paint groups in the paint shop. So let's remove that a minute and see if that is in fact the case or not. If it's not, then I've wasted all of your time and we're going to have to go and find that livery again. I've wasted all of your time and we're going to have to go and find that livery again. In which case, thank you very much for making me a lovely livery. Let's put that on the car. And then, yeah, we'll head on out in our slightly modified Starion. So yeah, it is quite a cool car. It's probably one of the least exciting from this update, if I'm honest. Even the Puma was kind of had a more interesting backstory to it, I think. It's a more interesting little car, I think. And I don't dislike the Starion. It is a cool car, like I said, but just compared to the other stuff we've got, what else did we have? Compared to all the Celicas and... so we've had 2 Celicas and the Racing Puma, basically, haven't we? So compared to those, it's less interesting, and the Pulsar we're getting next time, and the 205. Okay, it's probably nicer than... it's more interesting to me than the 205. So the only thing less interesting is a small Peugeot. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the theme of the next update is, what we're going to get in the following 4 weeks. And yeah, as always, I don't know why they've chosen winter as one of the seasons to add 2 cars. We're getting winter and spring, we're getting 2 cars. And the other ones the other seasons we got 1 car, so winter seems to almost always be the season where we get 2. Which is a little bit disappointing, because it's the worst season to test cars out in. But yeah, it is a cool car, the Starion, and it's slightly nicer to drive now. It handles a little bit better. It might require a little bit of power to make it slightly nicer. It's still not fast, but it is nice to drive. And and yeah, it may not have been the most successful rally car we're getting. Just a shame the Group B variant never really happened. Otherwise, yeah, it's a cool car to have in the game. I'm not sure if I'll particularly use it for anything, but it is nice that they're still adding stuff. So, anyway, that'll probably do for a look at this. So, next week I will be back to test out... Actually, before that, later today I'll be back to test out the second Celica, the 92 Celica, which will probably end up turning into a Castrol liveried rally car, because what else would you do with it? And then, yeah, moving on to spring, so next week I'll be testing out the Pulsar and the 205, well, probably the 205 first, because that will get unlocked before the Pulsar winner, because you need the whole 50% of the season to get that. But yeah, later today I'll be testing out the Celica, so watch out for that, and for the 2 videos next week. But otherwise, that is going to be all for this video, taking a first look at the Mitsubishi Starion here on Forza Horizon 4. So thank you very much for watching, I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.